Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about the second thing that you must focus on during your claim. This is often a forgotten piece and it's often overlooked through the claims process. And then at the end, you are stuck holding the bag going, hey, how can I fix this? You need to fix it up front through your claim filing kind of procedures. You need to knock this stuff out and make sure that you have everything in place for this second piece. The first piece that you need to focus on is clearly getting service connected. Number one, service connected. The second piece, well, that's getting the appropriate rating. Should you be, for example, we'll use migraines because I like to use that. Should you be a 10%, a 30%, or a 50% for migraines? Right? Do you know where you fall? You should know, and that's what we're going to talk about here. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Also want to throw out a very special thank you to Gerald Freeman 523. Gerald Freeman, thank you so much for the super comment, super chat. I truly appreciate your support very much. Thank you, Gerald Freeman. All right, so thank you for the thumbs up and subscriptions and all that stuff. I truly appreciate it. Let's talk about this second piece, the getting rated appropriately. This is often not talked about in conjunction with getting your claim filed and getting service connected. Why? I don't know. Because these two things run in tandem, okay? Obviously, number one is getting service connected. Without service connection, you can't even get rated. But really, they do run right next to each other, and you must, in my opinion, do both. So I'm going to talk through that here with you. So the first thing that you should do if you're thinking about filing a claim is obviously file an intent to file. This is also an often overlooked piece of the benefit puzzle. The intent to file does a couple different things. One, the intent to file preserves the effective date for you in the event that you file your claim within 12 months from that intent to file. So you file a simple intent to file, very easy. You can actually call the VA and do that. You can file the paper intent to file. You can work with an accredited rep. You can start a claim online and that would trigger the intent to file. Now you have your intent to file in place. You have 12 months to file your claim. If you file your claim then, most likely all of your stuff will wrap back. There's exceptions to the rule, but most likely for most situations, everything should come back to that intent to file date as your effective date and for back pay. That's the biggest reason you file an intent to file. But another almost as important reason is it takes the stress off of trying to hurry and get all your stuff together so you can file your claim. Like most people, once you decide to do something, you're ready to go. Now let's hurry up and get it done and get it filed off. And what will happen will be inevitably, it's close enough, file it. Don't do that. It's gonna bite you more often than not. There's always exceptions to that rule too, but you're better off to take your time and develop your claim with evidence that you need to support it. So now, I did a video earlier on basically the service connection aspect and what you need. This is about getting the appropriate rating and what you can do. You can and you should get all of the medical evidence to really outline exactly where you fall in relation to the VA's rating schedule for your specific condition. Now, you can work with your doctor and you should and have them complete what's called a DBQ, Disability Questionnaire. They are still available. There is some legislation that had passed and had become law back 2 months ago or so. And it gives the VA the opportunity to remove these public-facing DBQs. But right now, they're still there. And if your doctor doesn't understand what sort of information the VA needs, how the VA rating schedule works, how all of that ties together to get you your appropriate rating, utilize AME, American Medical Experts. Their information's in the description and in the comments for you to use. They provide you with a free consultation so you can have a conversation with them and make sure that you're making a solid move for you and your benefits. Look, at the end of the day, you have to treat this like it's $1 million deal. Well, because it is. Now, let's move on. The rating schedule, the VA's rating schedule is in the CFR. Now, the rating schedules are a I don't even remember how many, 14 different what they call books for each body system. So whether it's respiratory, auditory, mental health, neurological, musculoskeletal, the list goes on. Each one of those is broken into what they call a book. In each one of those books are all of the conditions that relate to that specific section, right? So neurological would have your migraines, your musculoskeletal is your bad back, your mental health could be PTSD, could be MST, could be depression, or what have you. So you would look into these. Now, you could Google search the CFR, Code of Federal Regulations, and try to figure it out that way. And that it's a little more laborsome, and you can get there. You can also just Google search your condition, VA rating schedule. Migraines VA rating schedule, or schedule of ratings migraines. Any variation really usually works in Google, and Google will bring that up for you. And there's going to be a couple different things. One, it may pull up the website for you that is directly to the Code of Federal Regulations. Awesome. You're getting it from the horse's mouth. That's great. Another option is attorneys. VA veteran attorneys for VA claim stuff will also pull that information and place it on their website. Now, you do run the risk of, did they update the website if there was a change? In some cases, I have found with a most recent change from the VA on the GERD rating, changing GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, from being rated as hiatal hernia to esophageal stricture, which is a much more narrow way of rating GERD. But in any case, the attorney didn't update their website. It happens. So you run the risk of maybe falling into getting outdated information. So make sure that you do your due diligence and look around for something that's fairly new if it's not directly from the Code of Federal Regulations. Getting that schedule of ratings for your specific condition is essential, especially on some conditions. Some conditions require you as the patient to talk about the severity of your condition through your symptoms. And by looking at the schedule of ratings, you can see what the VA is looking for in relation to that. Now, reading that and understanding it is one thing. Then what has to happen is you need to take that same information to your doctor and have them understand the schedule of ratings for your condition. Have the conversation. Know where you fall. Are you a 10%, a 30%, a 50%? What signs, symptoms, durations, what criteria do you meet, and what percentage does that equate to for a rating? Next, you're going to have your doctor complete the DBQ, Disability Questionnaire. This is a VA form for rating your disability. The DBQ really assists the VA rater on assigning you the correct rating. Again, are you a 10, a 30, a 50? If you leave it in the wind and they have to just dig through all of your medical records, one, they may miss it because they are trying to get through claims. If you make it easy for them, they'll go right to that. They're going to read it. They're going to compare and contrast it directly to the rating schedule. And they're going to go, okay, well, it looks like it meets the criteria for this rating. They're 30%. Boom. 30% rating. Move on. So you want to make it as easy as you can. And this is definitely a way to do so. So make sure you utilize the DBQ. And if your doctor can't, won't, or doesn't, utilize AME, reach out, get that free consultation to make sure that they can provide you what you're looking for. They do a whole host of things. They're all board certified doctors. They provide telehealth diagnosis, Nexus for secondary conditions, DBQs, Nexus letters, all of that type of stuff. They help veterans get claims won, period. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.